Two missing Metro Atlanta teens from the same high school were found dead just hours apart this week. Gwinnett County Police are working to figure out if foul play is involved in the death of 16-year-old Susana Morales. Her remains found on the side of a road in Decula. We have also confirmed 17-year-old Rodrigo Mayan overdosed. His body was found in an abandoned home in Tucker. Tonight, a teenager is charged in connection to his death. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn is live in Gwinnett County. And Cody, it sounds like there may have been a chance Mayan could have been saved.
Jennifer, in all honesty, we don't know if anyone could have saved Mayan's life, but it's clear no one tried to call for help. And that brings to light the state's 911 Medical Amnesty Law. It's a safety net for users in case they OD, and it's also to protect those around them, just so someone might call for help.
We're really concerned about saving lives.
Unfortunately, first responders didn't get a chance to save this teenager. Police say Rodrigo Mayan overdosed, then his body was left in an abandoned home.
It's better to contact medical personnel and get help rather than to try to, conceal something or cover something up.
A teenager is charged with concealing a death in connection to Mayan's OD.
Don't hesitate to call 911.
If the teen had just called for help, he would have been protected under state law.
In Georgia, the law says that no one can be prosecuted for possession of any drug or drug-related object when they're calling on behalf of themselves or someone else that they believe needs legitimate medical attention or that they believe is suffering from an overdose.
It's called the 911 Medical Amnesty Law. Sergeant Jennifer Richter says she's applied the law out in the streets.
I've administered Narcan a couple of times in my career as a police officer. I've never arrested the victim or the person that called, anything else like that.
Speaking of Narcan, you can get it for free. And if you are a user or know someone who is,
I would recommend that people do that.
The numbers are staggering. In Georgia, between 2019 and 2021, fentanyl overdose deaths in teens between 10 and 19 were up 800%. As for adults, fentanyl ODs were up 224%.
Fentanyl is a dangerous drug that's also making its way into many street drugs. That sometimes users don't realize just the smallest amount even can be fatal. And those seconds of having that Narcan on hand can mean the difference between life and death.
If there is anything you can take away from this report tonight besides simply putting down the drugs, one, if you are a user or if you know someone who is addicted, reach out and get that Narcan. A fentanyl overdose can turn deadly within 2 minutes. Secondly, if you are around somebody and they do overdose, I know it's what people do, they freak out and run, but stay with that person, call 911. You're not going to jail, and hopefully that friend will be able to thank you for saving his or her life, Jennifer.
All right, Cody, thank you so much. Well, today we did have the opportunity to speak with Rodrigo's mother. She tells us she begged police to investigate only to find her son herself.
The police have to get to the bottom of this because we did their job, which was to find him. I gave police leads. I told them where he was, where they needed to go. I found him.
Francisca says other teens had posted on Snapchat that her son had died, and one person reached out to her, directing her to look in the area where her son was eventually found.